The Beaufort County Police Department is in search of a wanted robbery suspect. Beaufort opens 3 new businesses, and the Beaufort County ACT scores are in. We'll tell you how each school measured up. Keep watching, Beaufort. Your news starts now. Thanks for joining us for the Beaufort News. I'm Jessa Jeremiah, and here are your local headlines. 20-year-old Jabari Lennon of Beaufort was sentenced to 20 years in prison after being convicted of a 2011 St. Helena Island shooting. At the conclusion of Day 4 of the trial, Lennon was found guilty of assault and battery and possession of a weapon. Lennon shot 20-year-old Kenneth Nichols on April 21st at the intersection of Luther Warren Road and Seaside Road. According to authorities, Nichols was unarmed. Lennon was sentenced to the maximum penalty for both charges. The 2012 ACT scores for graduating seniors are in, and the Beaufort County School District scores have dropped overall. Here's how it shook out for Beaufort County. Hilton Head seniors posted the district's highest average scores at 1479. Bluffton High posted the district's highest increase at 1420. Beaufort also posted an increase at 1419. Battery Creek's average was down at 1285, and Whale Branch graduated its first senior class with scores of 1155. Schools are currently analyzing SAT and ACT data. In other school news, the Beaufort County Teacher of the Year has been announced, and ERIN REICHERT won not only the honor, but also the keys to a new BMW. Superintendent Valerie Truesdale announced the Bluffton High School Social Studies teacher as the winner during a breakfast on Kalawasi Island. REICHERT was among 5 finalists for the award. The other finalists were Amy Fallon, Hollis Lambert, Angela Stewart, and Jennifer Whitecamper. A local Parkinson's support group believes that exercise can help fend off the effects of Parkinson's disease. A fitness coordinator and trainer will demonstrate how specific exercises can help those suffering from the disease at the group's next meeting on October 4th. The meeting will include demonstrations by guest Peter Wolf, a retired Marine who suffers from Parkinson's. The support group meetings are free and open to the public. For more information, contact the Helena House at 843-982-0233. Beaufort County Council has officially announced that October is Archaeology Month. The decision was made during the September 24th County Council meeting, where it was proclaimed by Chairman Weston Newton and was accepted by Ian Hill, Beaufort County's historic preservationist. The hope is that through a series of events and programs, there will be additional public support for the preservation of our Native American, African, and European heritages. Beaufort County has celebrated Archaeology Month since 2004. The Beaufort County Library will be holding an event called Kites Over Beaufort County. The event is part of the Beaufort County Library's Project One County Reads One Country project and will take place on October 6th. Participating branches include Beaufort, Hilton Head, Bluffton, and Lebico, and all ages are encouraged to come. The price of the event is free. For more information, call 843-255-6430 or visit BeaufortCountyLibrary.org. The Beaufort County Land Preservation Calendar has selected their 2013 winning photographs. The new calendar's theme is Beaufort County birds and their habitats. Winners include Sue Jarrett and David Shipper, both from Beaufort, and the cover photo was from Patricia Roche of Bluffton. The 2013 calendar will retail for $15, and all proceeds benefit the county's Rural and Critical Land Program. Calendars will be pre-ordered online at the county website, which is bcgov.net. And in state headlines, the South Carolina jobless rate stays at 9.6%, while the number of those looking for work hits a record low. In August, the state labor force dropped to its lowest recorded level, meaning fewer people have jobs or are looking for work. The state's unemployment rate, however, remained unchanged as the labor force participation rate dropped to 58.4%. This is the lowest participation rate since 1976. The South Carolina Supreme Court will decide if Governor Nikki Haley and the State Budget and Control Board can raise health insurance rates for state workers. The court said it will hear 2 lawsuits brought by state workers seeking to block the increase, but will not stall the increase while the suit is pending. This leaves hundreds of thousands of state workers unsure about what to do when open enrollment begins next month. The increase is currently scheduled to take effect on January 1st. The federal trial in Washington over South Carolina's voting law is finally drawing to a close. Federal judges were tough on attorneys over the controversial voter ID law, which opponents fear would disenfranchise thousands of minorities. Supporters say the ID law includes plenty of protection against discrimination polls, so this is not a concern. State workers are hopeful the court will decide the case before January. The University of South Carolina is looking at an area near Colonial Life Arena for new dorm and classroom buildings. The university plans to build off-campus style housing to gain much-needed classroom space. The development would not only allow the school to gain a piece of the growing off-campus housing market, but would also continue USC's shift west. If you'd like additional information on these headlines, you can reference the media sources you see listed on your screen. Also, you can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just ahead, we'll bring you the news on the 3 local businesses that are joining our community, and we'll check in with Buck Boone to hear what's hot off the press coming up.
Low Country Real Estate is located in historic downtown Beaufort, home to one of the most attractive real estate markets in America. We've been providing high-quality service to our community for the past 24 years. Whether you're interested in buying or selling residential, resort, or commercial investment property, our professional sales staff can help you with your real estate needs. Please visit lowcountryrealestate.com for details on all available properties in Beaufort, and come see how the Low Country becomes you.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. We're joined first by Buck Boone, who has our local press report. How are you today, Buck?
I'm great, Jess. I hope you are.
I am, thank you. So let's talk first about Beaufort Memorial. They're sponsoring 2 events coming up promoting women's health. What can you tell us about these 2 events?
Well, Loco Motion, a 3-day, 30-mile walk-run event, will be making tracks through the Low Country September the 28th through the 30th, raising money for the fight against breast cancer. The fundraising event is expected to draw more than 600 local and out-of-town participants, and proceeds will benefit Beaufort Memorial Kaiserland Cancer Center, as well as other regional and local cancer organizations. Also, in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, the Beaufort Memorial Women's Imaging Center is offering free clinical breast exams on Thursday, October the 4th from 4 to 7 p.m. Appointments are limited, so please make sure that you schedule those as soon as possible.
Okay, some great events and a lot of hype surrounding the locomotion event, certainly. So I want to move on to the United Way of the Low Country. I know that they're making some progress from a fundraising standpoint towards reaching their campaign goal. Talk to us about that.
Well, the United Way of the Low Country Board of Directors announced gifts and pledges have been received totaling over $804,000, about 29% of the organization's 2012 fall goal of $2.8 million. The Rotary Club of the Low Country alone contributed $11,000 to the campaign, a gift that will benefit groups such as Kappa, CODA, Hope Haven of the Low Country, the Alzheimer's Family Services, and the YMCA.
Wonderful. And the Rotary Club of the Low Country has also done some things recently to recognize new teachers.
That's certainly. And speaking of the Rotary Club, they recently gave awards to individuals that are in their first 5 years of teaching that show an exceptional dedication to their students and demonstrate excellence both in and out of the classroom. The awards were given to Melanie Biggs of St. Helena Elementary, Davina Walker of Beaufort Middle, and Scott Klum of Beaufort High. These are just some of the stories in this week's Island News, so please pick up a copy at a location near you.
All right, Buck Boone, thanks so much. We look forward to reading more about those stories.
Thanks, Jessa.
Now we're going to get to Miss Blakely Williams, who's joining us from the Chamber. How are you today, Blakely?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Now, first story, I want to get to the parking in downtown Beaufort. I know there's some new rules this week. What changes are you anticipating?
That's right. There's some specials going on this week. There's 56 free spots available on Bay Street. There's going to be free parking through this Saturday, and I hope that our customers will come out and support our local merchants, spend some time in our restaurants and shops. It's going to be a great week for parking in downtown Beaufort.
And I want to talk to you also about the Business Expo. I hear it was a big success. What is it that made it so successful?
Yes, thank you so much. We had a big Business Expo last week. We had over 40 exhibitors with a packed house. It was wonderful to see so many folks showcasing their products and services, and the community turnout to support these local businesses. The Expo is a great way to meet lots of folks and network and learn more about the products and services that are here in Beaufort. It was a great day. We were thrilled to wrap it up and look forward to next year.
Absolutely, a great opportunity for business owners and patrons alike, so what a great event. Now, I had mentioned earlier that Beaufort has opened 3 new businesses this week, all 3 in 1 week. What information do you have for us on that?
I'm telling you, we've been busy. We've had a great week with lots of grand openings. As you know, last week we opened the Trade Winds community, the residential community that's opening on Ladies Island. It's just gorgeous. We're thrilled to have that development underway. FWDG, our friends and partners on Highway 170, have opened a brand new store. It's called Furnish 123, and it's a great furniture retail store that comes in some packages for some folks that are looking for those kind of options in their homes. It's got some great furniture. I hope you'll check it out. And we also helped the folks at the Dawtaw Island open a brand new golf course that they've recently renovated. Their clubhouse and their pub have seen some also renovations. We had a great ribbon cutting for them on Saturday. It's a great day, great week for the Chamber.
Okay, Blakely, I want to know also about the day dock expansion that Beaufort has going on. What can you tell us about this?
Absolutely. There is a very important conversation going on at the City of Beaufort this week. There's a proposed day dock expansion and water sports complex that will happen at the marina downtown. The Chamber fully supports this, and we look forward to having the ease of access to get onto Waterfront Park. There's tons of people that ride up and down the Intercoastal Waterway that don't have the ease the means to get off their boats easily and to enjoy our gorgeous downtown. So we think this will be a great asset for our community, and we look forward to supporting the city's important decision.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to that and the benefits it'll bring the community. Blakely, we appreciate your business report, and we look forward to speaking with you next time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Up next, we have Schien, a school board candidate, to give us his input on what's going on in schools today and how he can help. Stick around.
Hi, my name is Matt McElhaney, owner of City Loft Hotel, an upscale boutique hotel in downtown Beaufort. We are proud to be consistently ranked as the #1 hotel in Beaufort based on TripAdvisor's guest ratings and comments. At City Loft, we value our neighbors in the Lowcountry. Whether you're taking friends by boat or need a romantic getaway in Beaufort, let us at City Loft extend hospitality while introducing what's new in urban hotel design. At City Loft Hotel, we are committed to customer service. When you stay here, you're always a local.
All right, now we have Mr. Schien here, who is a School Board District 3 candidate. Bernie, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, Jess. It's great to be here.
Well, it's wonderful to have you. First question I have for you is, why should people vote for you over your 2 opponents?
Well, I think the biggest reason I'm running, Jessa, is that the board meetings are simply deadening with numbers and statistics that it's very difficult, if I were a parent in the system, to be able to tell how my child is doing. It's just an avalanche of numbers that I don't think mean all that much. And I know better because I've been in this business for 40 years. My first jobs were as principal of teaching principal at the Embassy in Port Royal. I write books about it. I've been in the classroom for 40 years. I was the state staff development coordinator for the Learning Institute of North Carolina. I've been involved in training teachers. I talk about it. I'm a student of how kids learn, how teachers learn, and how parents learn. And I'm a native. I want to bring that home to my hometown. But first, we've got to really de-emphasize the testing. That's a big problem. The achievement test simply, I grow heirlooms for Griffin Market as a hobby. You can weigh those things over and over again. It doesn't make them any sweeter. It doesn't make them any riper. It doesn't make them any bigger. You can test these kids over and over again. It's not going to make that much of a difference. They need to be taught. They need to be learning. The test also, that particular scale doesn't really measure them accurately. If I want to know if a kid can write, I want to see his writing. If I want to know if he can read, I want to hear him read. Math, let him calculate the square footage of a baseball diamond. But I want his work to be what evaluates him. And I also want more love in the system. If you've got a child who doesn't know where his daddy is from one minute to the next, then you're going to have a problem if you're a teacher teaching him. And so we've got to target the kids early, deal with them socially and emotionally, and and work with them in that way. And there are lots of ways to do it. But that's what we've got to do, and we've got to have teacher training and parent education programs that help us learn to see kids through the eyes of children, as well as making sure they teach what they teach and teach what they know and know what they teach. So those are probably very important issues for me. There are others, but that's why I'm running.
Well, those are some very important points. So I've got another question for you. You talk about minimizing three things: bricks and mortar, top-down leadership, and bureaucratic waste. What you want to do is put teachers and parents in charge. What is your plan for doing this?
Okay, that's school choice. That's very important. I'm sorry I didn't mention it. Yes, I want to free up the teachers, put them in charge of the system, let them design and develop their own programs, their own instructional programs, their own curricula, and I want to free them up to teach. Now, then what they do is they go and pitch and sell those programs. Each faculty goes and pitches those programs to the community in public forums. The parents then are empowered because they get to choose which ones they want in terms of teacher account, and they get to send their kids to whatever school they want, realign the bus system so that it takes care of that. In terms of accountability, everybody already knows who the weaker teachers are. We knew it before standardized tests were ever developed and used that much. This weeds them out automatically. They won't be able to do this. A teacher who can't design their own program and develop their own program with all the resources that are available nationally and internationally will be weeded out. And let the faculty run the school, a head teacher, a team of teachers. Pay them what they're worth, pay the staff much lower, pay superintendents lower, get rid of the testing, redistribute all those funds, put them where they're supposed to be with kids and teachers and parents.
All right, Mr. Schien, well, we appreciate your input. We are already out of time, but thank you so much for joining us today and giving us your thoughts.
Oh, thank you so much, Jessa, and I'm just happy you had me on.
Absolutely. Good luck to you.
Oh, thank you very much.
If you want to know what's new in Port Royal this week, stick around to hear from Councilman Joe Lee, and we'll get your entertainment report when we return.
Is it time to purchase for the one-of-a-kind person in your life? Over 60 years of service distinguishes Modern Jewelers as one of South Carolina's preeminent jewelry stores.
We're proud to have been voted Beaufort's #1 jewelry store 10 years in a row. Come visit us at 807 Bay Street.
Welcome back to the Beaufort News. Councilman Joe Lee is back here with us to give us our Port Royal report. How are you, Joe?
I'm great, Jessa. Thank you.
Say, the first story we want to talk about is Rebo Road. They're undergoing some changes in PR. What is the extent of the work?
Well, the work's being done at night, and the utility folks have finished what they're doing, but the road work goes from the Paris Island Bridge all the way to Mossy Oaks Drive. If you're traveling at night, be careful because there's a lot of construction going on. But also, if you're traveling in the daytime, be careful because during the night they've changed the road around. So I would ask that there's 20,000 cars a day on Rebo Road. If you're one of those people, just use a lot of caution.
And you keep us up to date on the repairs at the skateboard park. We appreciate that. The skateboarders appreciate that. I know you're starting to finish up that project. Fill us in on what you've got going on.
Yes, the painting should finish October the 5th, and the skateboarders will be back in business. We've also ordered materials to repair the ramps at the park, so we'll have a work day toward the end of October when the skateboarders' parents and the skateboarders and local church will be involved in repairing the surfaces and painting the structures that around the ground level stuff. It's an annual event, and we look forward to getting it updated.
Absolutely. Almost finished.
Almost.
Almost. So now we've got 6 weeks to the general election. Talk to us about any changes that have gone on in Port Royal surrounding this.
Well, I think the election date is important to Port Royal, even though we don't have a municipal election. We elect our officials on off years, so we get to focus on local issues. But in Port Royal, we've moved the two largest precincts, Precinct 1 and 2, Port Royal, have moved from the police station down to Town Hall. And this gives us a much better access and more open space. So voters in Port Royal remember that. And also remember everybody to go to the bottom of the ballot for local issues. Go through all the national stuff at the top of your ballot. Go all the way to the bottom because your local issues are important to you, and don't skip over them.
Jolie, again, we appreciate your Port Royal report. Thank you so much for the information. We look forward to speaking with you next week.
Jessa, thank you for the time.
Now let's find out what's new in entertainment with a report from Mark Shaffer. Welcome back, Mark. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. Now, first of all, I want to talk about the Beaufort Shrimp Festival. This is a favorite local tradition. It's going on October 6th. What information do you have for us about this festival?
Well, it kicks off, as you said, on Friday the 5th around 6 p.m. and with a band called Stud Farm. They describe themselves as kind of rock and dance. Of course, there will be an abundance of wild-caught South Carolina shrimp and all sorts of activities on the waterfront park.
Absolutely. And there's a very special performance going off at USCB to kick off their 2012-2013 season. Talk to us about this great performance that's coming up.
This is a big one, Jessa. This is Edwin McCain Acoustic Trio. They perform on Thursday, October 4th at 7:30 p.m. And McCain has a new album out called Mercy Bound. You can look forward to hearing some of that. In case you don't know, he is a platinum-selling artist who also happens to be a South Carolina boy from Greenville.
Very good. And for those who might not be familiar with this artist and his music, what can you tell us about Edwin McCain in addition to that?
Well, McCain, they probably are familiar with his music. You can't really turn on a radio without hearing some of it. The New York Times described McCain as the great American romantic, and over 1 million viewers of Dr. Phil voted his song I'll Be the greatest wedding song ever written. So there's a recommendation for you. You can get your tickets at USCB or at the box office, or you can go to online at USCBCenterfortheArts.com. Jessa?
All right, great tip, and we look forward to that. In addition, it's almost time for YMCA's popular fundraiser called Boots and Bling. Tell us about this.
Yeah, this is always big for the YMCA. This will be the 3rd annual Boots and Bling fundraiser and silent auction to benefit the Wardle family YMCA. It's Saturday, October 13th. Tickets are going pretty fast, so you want to pick up yours next time you're in Port Royal. They are a bargain at $50 a person or $90 a couple.
All right, we'll get our tickets for that, but can you tell us what goes on with this festival and why is it called Boots and Bling? What's with the name?
Well, the name refers to the sartorial theme of the evening. Ladies, just break out your favorite boots, cowboy up if you can, and all your flashiest jewelry. A DJ provides the entertainment. There are 8 to 10 local food stations from restaurants in the area. Also wine, beer, and margaritas, of course, and partiers will have a chance to bid on over 50 items, everything from artwork to private parties to mini trips. And you can get more information at 522-9622 or pick up a copy of Lowcountry Weekly or hit us online at lcweekly.com. And that is what's out and about, Jessa.
All right, lots of great events to check out this week. Mark Shaffer, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right, see you next week.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Jessa Jeremiah. Join us next time for your Beaufort News.